Okay, hi everyone. We are going to talk about dividing fractions, and I'm going to use Cuisenaire rods in this demonstration. And again, Cuisenaire rods are math manipulatives that have units of measurement from 1 to 10. So I'm just going to push them to the side and pull them out as I need them. So the purpose of this lesson is to illustrate why we, when we're faced with a fraction division question, why we end up changing the sign to multiplication and using the reciprocal of the second fraction. So, for example, if we have the fraction 3/5 divided by 1/3, traditionally what we've done is we've said to the kids, well, you have 3/5, switch the sign and flip the second fraction. But why do we do this? So that's what this lesson is going to go over. So the first thing I want to talk about is the way we're writing the question. So if I use whole numbers, just to better illustrate this, I could have 6 divided by 2 written like this, and there's lots of ways to write division, and another way is this, 6 divided by 2. So I'm going to use this same approach with my fraction question, which will look a little complicated, but it means the same thing. So I'm going to take 3/5 divided by 1/3. And so this is kind of cumbersome and it's a little hard to work with. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of this denominator of 1/3. And by doing, to do that, we're going to change it into 1 by multiplying with the reciprocal. Now it's important to remember when we're working with fractions and equivalent fractions that there is a number one rule that we cannot forget using fractions, and that's whatever we do to the bottom, we do to the top, and vice versa. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to build my fractions here. So I have 3/5, and I'm dividing by 1/3. So again, my first step is to change my current denominator of 1/3 into the whole number 1. To do that, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So 3/1, and whatever I do to the bottom, I must do to the top. So I'm going to build these fractions. Okay, just put it there. And I'll build this fraction up here as well. Okay, so let's start doing this multiplication. Remember, when we're working with multiplication, we can substitute the word of in there for the time sign. Okay, so now we do the multiplication. So 1 of 3 is 3. 3 of 1 is also 3. And remember, our whole goal here was to make our denominator a 1, which we've done, because 3/3 is equal to 1 whole. Our new numerator looks like that first fraction, which has stayed the same, times the reciprocal of our second fraction. This is what we usually teach kids to do right off the bat, but this is the explanation behind it. So now we can solve this. So I'm not going to bother to rewrite it. We have 3/5. I'll just build it again. So we have 3/5 times, or of, 3/1. Okay, so I have 3 of 3 over 5 of 1. So here's my answer. So I have 369 over 5. Remember, this is called an improper fraction. We cannot leave our answer in improper form. We need to make a mixed numeral. So I'll see how many times 5 fits into 9. So I have 5 there. It fits into 9 1 whole time. The denominator stays the same, which is 5. And how much do I have left over? I have 3 plus 1 is 4. And that's our final answer.